ever find yourself reminiscing about your own school days? Well, recently I was with a group of educators and the conversation, of course, went that way. Do you remember this funny thing that happened? Do you remember this silly student? Do you remember that bus breaking down? Of course, we all have those memories. But so often that conversation also quickly goes towards, do you remember this teacher? Do you remember how they did such and such for us? Do you remember how they made learning a certain concept enjoyable? Do you remember how much they cared about us? I'm Jenny Copeland, host of the Teacher Edition podcast. And on this week's episode of the podcast, I sit down with Randy Padgett, and we talked about keeping that love for learning, that love for teaching alive as educators. You know, teaching's hard. It is hard to deal with students at times. It's hard to deal with parents. Sometimes it can even be hard to deal with coworkers. How do we keep that love for teaching, that love for education, for Christian education, alive in us? You know, it's summertime. You're on a different schedule, you have a different routine, and right now it may be kind of easy to think, teaching's great. But as you start to think towards a new school year ahead, that feeling of burnout, that lack of anticipation of the stress that comes with teaching quickly floods back. And you may be thinking, I don't know if I can do it another year, or how am I going to get back into this? Whether or not those are thoughts you're having, I hope that you will take a few minutes and tune into this week's edition on the Teacher Edition podcast. I think you'll find it insightful and practical, but I think you'll also find it challenging and encouraging as Randy really shares his heart about having that love for teaching. Don't forget to check out this week's episode on the Teacher Edition podcast.